Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Moji, and for those of you guys who are new to my channel, on my channel I basically make opinion videos. Sometimes I make occasional lifestyle videos. I'm basically bringing a part 2 of a video that I made during the summertime where I talked about Y2K Nigerian baddies. So if you guys don't know, I literally have a Nigerian movie addiction. Growing up, I would always be binge watching Nigerian movies. It's just something that I grew up doing. And I guess like a couple years ago, I discovered that like all the Nigerian movies in the world are on YouTube. So I just be binging Nigerian movies on YouTube nonstop. And I don't even think I watch like anything. Like I don't really watch shows anymore. Like the only thing I watch now is Nigerian movies, Nelk Boys, and like Jordan Peterson advice videos. That's like the only thing. So what makes a Y2K Nigerian woman successful? The first thing would be to kind of have this mentality that everything you want is within your reach and everything you want is attainable if you just work for it. So every time you watch these movies, whenever you watch a Nigerian movie or an old Nigerian movie, they always have these like super like extreme goals, like, oh, I want to be the president, and they'll just go for it. Or I want to be the senator, or I want to be the governor.
I have the dream of coming up for House of Rep come next election.
Oh, come off it. You haven't been able to handle the pauper in your home. How much more coming out for House of Reps?
Listen, let me tell you, that is a different ballgame, okay?
We kind of limit ourselves to our surroundings, and we limit ourselves to like the things that we see because we don't think that our goals are attainable, because for some reason we don't believe in ourselves enough to think that our goals are attainable. So one thing that makes a Nigerian Y2K baddie successful is the fact that the goals that they set for themselves, they don't limit themselves because they know that regardless they're gonna attain it. It doesn't matter what they have to go through, it doesn't matter how long it takes, they're gonna set a goal and everything is within their reach. Another thing is success isn't about what you know, it's about who you know. And this is not something that I knew like until, I don't know, maybe a couple of years ago. So regardless of how intelligent you are, regardless of how many bachelor's degrees you have, if you don't know that person, there's no way that you can get your foot in the door.
So you think you're the only one who has the Bougie connections? Well, let me tell you something. I have bigger connections, and I have a lot more to offer than you ever will.
And a lot of the time in these movies, the main goal of these women is to like go to parties with governors or go to parties with senators because they know that they can make the connections to get the life that they want. So success comes from the connections that you're able to make, which is another reason that these women are very successful.
You guys, guess what? There's a party this weekend, Friday to be precise, top government officials only. And I've got an invite.
Queen, we all know we can't rub shoulders with the high and mighty. So, why rub it in?
Because I'm inviting you. That is if you're interested. It's a group invite and I thought I'll ask you girls to come, but if you're not, hey.
Wait, are you serious? Wait. You mean we'll get to meet your father, the vice president, in person?
And other dignitaries. And you know what that means?
Of course! Directions!
Another thing which I've come to realize lately is to kind of just play the game of life. So play the game of life as in just pick a character that you want to be and just become that person and just play the game of life, because we're all here for a purpose, yes, but you can also have fun. So a lot of the times in these movies, they kind of just pick a person and they just become that person.
I want to sell my TV and bed. Who gets me a good buyer? In fact, I'll sell my gas cooker. How many people they come know your house? Eh? The people you see in Lagos, is it not on the street you meet them? What you know about them? Is it not what you see? Their clothes, shoes, expensive wristwatches, and the flashy cars they drive.
So you can really just play the game of life and be whatever character you want to be. So it's really just a mindset that they have, is that the women, they never get rid of their femininity. They're always super feminine. They're wearing the highest heels, they're wearing lipstick, they're wearing dresses, they're wearing colors. They never get rid of their femininity to become successful. And I feel like in this era with like feminism and with kind of like the blurring of genders, it's really difficult for women to be women, and femininity is kind of shunned. Me too, like I wasn't super into girly things, and it's kind of seen as being weak. But in these movies, you can see the power that a woman has. You can see the power in femininity. So whenever you watch a Nigerian movie and the women, they're hustling and they're doing what they gotta do to survive, you can always see that they use their femininity to get what they need. And I find that that's really interesting, because I think that here in, like, I don't like to say the Western world, but here in this part of the world, it might be difficult for women to do that, because they try to be men, and women are trying to act more like men, and they're trying to be more like men because they think that that's how they can succeed in like the workforce, or that's how they can succeed in the corporate world. But I think that you can definitely use your femininity to get what you want.
I miss you, my darling.
I miss you too. How are you?
Fine, thank you. So good to see you.
Good to see you.
Please have a seat. You love me so much, my dear. I want to keep you forever.
Because you have plenty wives and children. You know that's not possible.
Well, Fiele, you just say yes, and I'll make you my fifth wife.
But you know you'll be sinning against Allah. You know you're entitled to just 4 wives, so let's leave it at that.
Although they're very feminine, another thing you can learn is to be relentless and to be extremely aggressive with your goals. So if there's something that you want, you can actively pursue it without having to feel bad, or without having to limit yourself, or without having to feel like, oh, I'm a woman, so I can't have those things.
I'm disgraced. I have been put to shame. God, what do I do now? I will not succumb to this shame. No, no way. It's forward ever, backward never.
Those things. So I would say that Nigerian movies, like Y2K Nigerian movies, are actually very feminist, because most of the time these women, like, they don't give a shit, and they understand that there are difficulties because men like have power. They understand that there's like a distance in society where men are more powerful, and it's like a more traditional, but regardless of that, they'll still go after their goals, and they'll still do what they have to do, and they won't limit themselves simply because they're women. The thing of success is to make a game plan and to see it through. As I said, if you have a goal, obviously you have to have the goal, but you also have to have the plan to achieve that goal. So they always have a plan. They always know like how they're gonna achieve the goal, what they need to do to get the goal.
Image is what matters in the world of today. Yes, all these things is what they will use to rate you, whether to give you a big contract or not. If you wear your poor clothes, using cheap handsets, now so poor boys go to chase you. Rich boys won't come your way. So even buy a recharge card for this poor boy, it's gonna be a problem. Hi, it's true. In other words, living in.
So script out your goals, envision your goals, and just kind of make a game plan on how you plan on achieving those things. In a lot of these Nigerian movies, they generally crush their enemies and they get revenge on whoever it is that deserves revenge, or that they feel deserves revenge. So this is another way that they're very successful, because they don't allow oppositions to exist.
Talking about? Jennifer, what did you tell Senator Maman Idris about me? Oh, that. You are an idiot. That's what I told him. And I also told him, you're a cheap whore who should not be entrusted with any serious contract. Yes, baby. Because I cannot have any non-starter poaching on my contracts in Abuja.
And this is very like, whoa, out there. So you could do that if you wanted to. Go ahead. I believe in karma.
What else do you have to offer than your filthy and bloated body? Now I can see how much you envy my beautiful body. I'll continue to flaunt it, because you know, you lock your own body in your wardrobe when you go hustling for your wire contracts, right? Listen to me, you bitch!
Another thing that I absolutely adore about these women is dress for success. These women are always dressed to the nines. They're dressed, they have their Gucci, their Chanel, their whatever, their heels, like, but then you see them with like these 6-inch long stilettos and they're just driving, and I'm just like, damn, how do you, which is another thing that goes into tie with femininity. They don't diminish their femininity to please people. They amplify their femininity because they know that there's success in that. So they definitely dress for success. Every Nigerian movie that you can watch, the women always look amazing. They look phenomenal. The better you look, the more people are gonna want to talk to you, the more people are gonna want to be your friend, and that's just how it works. People are shallow and pretty privilege is a thing. Last thing that is definitely important in terms of the success that these women have is to fake it until you make it. So this is something that a lot of people do, even if it's not like in movies. People do it in real life. They fake their confidence, they fake everything about themselves. You would never know that someone is faking something because you're not that person. So if I'm faking my confidence right now, you wouldn't know that I'm faking my confidence because you would see just me being confident. So you have to fake it until you make it. You have to fake whatever it is that you want until you become that person. So generally they always fake it, but they go to the extremes. These girls, they will be living in huts and they'll be like, yeah, I live in Banana Island, like definitely I have a mansion, I built it when I was 12. And you're just like, yeah, you definitely built a mansion at 12 years old.
Do you know who owns this house?
No, madam.
Well, it's my house.
Huh?
Yes, you surprised? Well, I built this house when I was just 21 years old. Yeah.
So like they will fake their confidence, they'll fake everything about them, and people will just suck it up because that's just the way it is. That's just life. So I absolutely adore Nigerian movies. I've always loved Nigerian movies since I was a child. I will continue watching them. I don't really watch the new ones on Netflix just because they're good, but like I just love the old ones because they're just more, it's more authentic and there's more to learn from old Nigerian movies than there is to learn from the newer ones. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.